Being 5:15, I'd like to call Thursday, June 26, 2025, Planning Commission meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic that represents one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Looking for a motion to adopt the agenda.
Make a motion to adopt the agenda.
I'll second it.
Motion was made and seconded. Is there any changes to it?
No.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion's carried. Review for approval of the May 22nd, 2025 Planning Commission minutes. Meeting minutes is read in your packet. I'm looking for a motion.
I'll make that motion to accept.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion's carried. Is there any public comment? Any public comment? One more time, any public comment? Seeing none. Okay, item number 5 is request for accessory structure larger than 1,100 square feet at 603 House Road requires a planning commission's approval. Owner is requesting 1,600 square feet structure with 240 square feet lean-to, approximately 17 feet high.
Floor plan of the proposed building. Our current ordinance allows up to 1,100 square feet, 15 foot to the peak, accessory structures. Due to the area this is in, it's part of the northern part of the city. It's won't be, if larger, won't impact any neighbors. It's actually 2 foot higher than the ordinance allows, and 725 square feet larger than the 1,100. So, based on the proposal, proposing to allow this to take place in the city, it does need planning commission approval. However, since it's larger than the 1,100 square foot currently allowed.
Is that other structure?
The one to
That's on the property?
Yes, that was converted with permits into a single family home. So this would be accessory to that use. And if you kind of back out there, you can kind of see that it's not really going to impact anybody around there. They have that in the corner of that lot there. So from a zoning standpoint, I'm recommending approval of the structure. The owner is here if there's questions.
Okay, is there any more questions on this request?
I would move we agree to the request as presented in the agenda.
I'll second it.
Okay, a motion's been made to agree with request for the structure and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion's carried. Okay, item 6 is a request for a slight plan approval for Northern Electric project on Frederick Farm Lane, which borders Orville Drive.
So we've had this on the agenda for the last couple of meetings. Northland's looking to expand as business has really taken off. So they agreed to purchase some property from the city. We did a CSM on that, and that was approved. I believe that was signed. I'm not correct. Did that close?
We did close.
It did
Yep,
close.
we did close.
So the company that's building the building has provided us the documents for a site plan, and we're looking for a site plan approval. We've reviewed it in-house. We believe it meets our current zoning standards, and we're recommending approval of the site plan for this property. There's a representative here, if there's any other questions in relation to the site plan. And proposed buildings, going up. And as I understand, they've got equipment idling, waiting to start pushing dirt for this project, so. We'd like to see this, to the planning commission for approval.
Okay, is there any more discussion on this site plan? Okay, I'm looking for a motion to approve the site plan as requested by Northern Electric.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the site plan for Northern Electric. Any more discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion's carried.
The next item on the agenda is a CSM proposal for a lot combination from the owner of 812 West Millard that resides at that address, and the vacant lot to the south that he also owns. He's looking to put up an accessory structure. It's about 2/3 the size of what we would allow. So I told him he couldn't build on this lot because it didn't have a primary use. So without a house on it, he wouldn't have been able to build a garage. So he's purchased the property. He's looking to combine those lots so that he can build an accessory structure so he can enjoy his property. It does meet current zoning standards, and zoning office is recommending approval of this CSM lot combination.
Any more discussion?
We haven't seen any plans yet though for the structure, right?
Yeah, we have plans. Yeah, the floor layout and stuff is in, I think was in the packet. Yeah, I think everything's been completed.
Yeah, I don't have that.
And John from Kunkel's looked over what's been proposed so far. He's comfortable with it as well.
So right now, we're just approving the combination of lots.
Oh, yeah, for H12, yeah, sorry.
The CSM.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Any more discussion? Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion's carried. Okay. Next item on the agenda is a preliminary plot review for Irish Meadows subdivision.
So this was formerly Morning Glory subdivision. When that was first proposed, we didn't realize that there was some problems with the way it was laid out based on our ordinance. So McMahon and Associates, at the request of the owner, have replatted this. As part of the process, there's a preliminary plat review that requires not approval from the planning commission, but basic review and then questions so that they can continue the work. Utilities and public works will probably be the next folks working on the plan, but this is kind of the layout with the properties and meeting our current standards for setbacks and so on, lot sizes and so on. So wanted to kind of preliminary review of the subdivision. Seek any questions that the planning commission might have.
And we do have representation, Tricia, the owner developer is on Zoom along with Doug from McMahon is available to answer any questions that anybody has. Doug or Tricia, anything you want to add in before any questions are asked? Hearing none, I guess not. A couple things that we talked about, Jay and I just talked about before the meeting. More than likely, we'll be looking at maybe a utility easement on the outside. That's where the electric would probably go, but that would just be flushed out with more engineering. And then, Doug, maybe you want to comment on this. There is a, I'll share it. You guys should be able to see it now too. There is a easement that runs from East Ridge that would access the property, but the proposal is to shrink that easement, bring it closer to the lot line, and then run a utility easement up through to the Jaybird Road through here. So this is just preliminary, Doug. We haven't gone through any steps to actually contact the property owner yet, I'm assuming?
That's correct. Sorry, I was trying to unmute myself before, but for some reason it wasn't unmuting, but hopefully you can hear me now.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we haven't approached the budding landowner yet, but that's going to be happening soon. We wanted to kind of see how you guys felt in regards to the layout and if everything looked acceptable before we, went through that process. But yeah, the intention is to release the rights of the old easement and then create a new easement along that south lot line of the abutting property owner, like you are highlighting there. Yeah, that would be the new easement that we'd be looking at creating. So, and then that would allow the sewer and water to come in off of East Ridge and then enter into our subdivision.
The commission and the council may recall that the layout was slightly different before. We vacated Glory Road. We went through that process so they could change that because our ordinance doesn't allow a cul-de-sac to be quite that long. So that is why the new layout shows the U to provide. So there isn't a cul-de-sac that long in length, but looks like a nice development, 20 single family lots out there. Yeah. It's nice to see that finally get in the works for some development. Any questions?
So we're at this point, we're just looking for feedback to see if anybody sees anything that causes heartburn, and obviously there's a lot more work to be done. This is just the first step in the process for creating a subdivision.
Chad, would you be requesting that they make a motion or a recommendation to the council for approval of the preliminary plat, or doesn't the council need to see the preliminary plat?
Not the preliminary plat, that can stay at plan commission.
Okay.
So where is the stormwater gonna run off to? How is that gonna be curb and gutter or ditches, or how is that gonna be handled?
Yeah, the entire subdivision would be built with curb and gutter and storm sewer. And then the outlot that you see in the northwest corner there would be set up as a stormwater pond that would receive all the stormwater from the development. It would treat that stormwater before then would outfall back to Alcan Road into the ditch. Any of the abutting property owners to the east, to the south, and to the west, their water would not be brought into the stormwater pond. The development to the south already has stormwater ponds for that treatment. So we definitely wouldn't want to take in any of their water and retreat it. The stuff to the east, along that east property line, there would be a drainage swale there that would take any of the water that's coming from the property owners to the east, and that would direct that up to Alcan Road. And then the same thing to the west, we would also have a drainage ditch. You can kind of see along lots 11 and 12. that takes our stormwater and then brings it into the pond also. So yeah, it will all be serviced by its own stormwater detention pond.
Any other questions?
I think it's good to me.
Okay, if there's no more questions, I guess, review upcoming agenda items.
As of right now, we have nothing for next month's agenda. Other than from zoning, will be on the agenda for next meeting with the zoning code, right?
Okay, other than that, review next meeting date would be tentatively July 24th at 5:15. If there's nothing else, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion